So to do the Advanced Programming Lab, you're going to want a couple things. One, you want this setting sheet. You're going to put your wiring diagram here, and over here you're going to list out your settings. You're going to need a sheet like that that tells you how the I/O is set up, and you're going to want a listing of settings and of the control diagram, the terminal block diagram. And then you also may want the manual that has more detailed instructions for each setting. So each setting is detailed in the manual. So those are the things you're going to need to do it. So let's just, for sport, let's say I was going to set this thing up for a digital input. And so if I take a look here, I could see how that's done. It tells you if we're sourcing or syncing what to do. And remember, sourcing and syncing just have to do with the polarity of the connections. And internally, it has to do with whether, in many situations, it has to do with the type of transistor, if they're NPN or PNP. So which way does the current flow? Now, I can't speak for this device exactly how it's set up internally, but that's polarity just means which one's positive and which one's negative. Because what's happening with all of these switches here is they're just internally, there's some circuits that are looking for current flow. So current flow out through a device and then returning back to the common. And if it sees current flow here, then it knows the switch is closed. And whether the current is flowing out or in, well, that just has to do with whether we're sourcing or syncing. Oh, you didn't want to know that, did you? That was more than you wanted to know. Okay, what if we are going to use digital input 2? So that's pin 6 on our device. And so it's this one right here. Let's say I'm going to come out and I am going to use a normally closed e-stop. And I'm going to bring it down to the common, which is down here on 11. And I'm going to set this thing up to be sourcing. So I have set that up correctly. Now, so now this dude needs to be programmed. If I go to, oh no, actually, let me step back. So if I look at this here, and I want to find my e-stop, well, that's this big remote stop on the door. So those are pins on terminal block 3 inside the panel. It's 12 and 13. So that's what I want to hook up here is 13 and 12. And this is on TB3, okay? And so how am I going to program that, dude? Well, if I go and look at digital input in the programming, and you'll have access to this. If I wanted to have an emergency stop, say a DC injection stop, I would program that as 10. So, and I'm on input 2, so I need to set A52 to 10. And that is going to be a DC injection stop. Now, I still, and the cool thing about the manual is it'll tell you kind of what are related parameters, but that's telling it that I need to do a DC injection stop, but I still need to go find the settings in here that pertain to DC injection stop and set up the DC injection stop. So down here I need to figure out how long I'm going to break for, how much voltage I'm going to break for. So I'm going to have to set up A80 and A81, and I'll let you do that. But now what I haven't done here is put in the start or the stop. I haven't wired any of that other stuff, but that's going to be required, obviously, to do the lab. That's just giving you an idea. Now, down here on the relay, that's another piece that's going to have to be wired in. And you're going to have to remember how to wire in a relay. Remember, you can hook a light up to this all day long, and nothing will happen. That really is just a dry switch. There's nothing, no power on it. You need to bring power to the light, through the light, and use the switch, right? So you bring, typically you'll bring negative or a grounded conductor to the light, and then you'll bring positive through the contacts. So that's going to be a little memory game for you as well. So good luck on this lab. It's gonna, you'll enjoy it. It's fun.